I started out first as a lifeguard at Blizzard Beach, and then I went to Typhoon Lagoon when off season when Blizzard closed. 2011, yeah, 2011, June 2011 to January 2012 or December 2011. Because my program ended like right before Christmas, December 20th. So I actually got to be lucky and could have gone home, but I wanted to stay at Disney. So I stay as a lifeguard, but I went part-time at Wilderness Lodge.
Right.
And then I got to work at all the resorts. And then I went back obviously the goal is to stay at Disney. So I went back to Blizzard Beach full time. And then I stayed there for about 2 years. And then I was trying to grow there, but they were like, you're too outgoing. So I went to the entertainment.
This was before I knew Patrick, actually.
Yeah, they're like, you're too outgoing for this safety critical role. You have too much of a personality, which is the weirdest thing to hear from a manager. And it kind of pissed me off.
Because it sort of makes sense, though. It is sad, but it makes sense to just say that. It shouldn't be said, but at the same time, you're like, well, and so they pushed you where
I just chose. No, I hated being at Disney then. So I was like, well, I'm ready to find something new. So I was in transfer guidelines and I was like, where's the most magical role you can do? I'm like, oh, entertainment. And that's where I became a character attendant. And
that was still before
2013. Yeah. Then till 2019.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I was in entertainment.
And then Patrick became a captain too, right at the end.
2016.
Because now I guess Disney has changed it where you can be a captain, you can transfer from a different role, but a captain is like a coordinator.
Back when we had it at the day, like you either had to be a performer or you had to be a character to be a character captain.
You would have to move.
And you have to move up through that. So if you were like a coordinator of food and beverage or a coordinator of merchandise, you couldn't just transfer over to captain, because captain is a stage term for unionized ways of saying like, hey, you're working with entertainment, versus a coordinator. It's just more of it's just lines of business terms. Yeah. It's the same role, just different lines of business.
And then a captain is just like under a manager, but still a leader of the area over the performers and attendants and whatnot. So then that's why it's ironic, because Patrick started at Disney before I did. So I did 2 college programs. I did fall 2012. So I started August 2012 and went right until the new year. I think I was done January 2nd or something awkward of 2013. And then I went back home to graduate college because I literally only had
she did the right thing to do. That's one thing. That's
what I do.
Emphasize if you're definitely going.
Whoever want to do the college program, Disney, even now, will always be there. So I don't use my degree even, but I would have been really mad at myself if I would have never graduated, because I had 2 semesters.
But also, if someone doesn't want to go to school, though, don't go to school, because Disney's a great place. That too.
Yes, we're all for that too. But I literally
she's sleeping.
Sadie's dreaming. Couch, sorry.
Oh, hi, Sadie. Oh, dreaming.
Sorry.
But and so
definitely finishing up school, because even though I think I only had she did the right thing and came back, because
21 credits or something that I needed to finish once. So I only had 6 classes that I had to do or something. So anyway, in that I was a character attendant on that first college program, and I loved it so much. And I always knew I wanted to work at Disney. So after that first one, I was I talked to so many people. This is actually the irony too, that I'll tell so many people Disney is definitely always going to be there. Yeah. So when you work a CP, and I don't know actually if they still do this now, but you could always go and audition, even if you weren't in entertainment period. You didn't have to be a character attendant or photo pass. You could be any role, and if you wanted to audition to try to extend, you could. So they would hold those the middle of the program.
Oh yeah, those extension auditions. I forgot about those.
Yeah, that's what
I went out for that. I didn't make it.
First college program 2012. So I believe they did it in October. It was right before Halloween. I auditioned, made it, but you don't find out actually. They tell you, I don't know. It was either right before or right after Thanksgiving. I was told. So you get a call from casting, and they tell you hey, you're gonna be extended into a performer. And so I don't remember because it wasn't a specific casting director. It was someone else who works under them in the main gate building. But it was funny because I talked to them on the phone after I told other people my experiences. They were like, that's really nice that they spoke to you. And I was like, oh, I just asked if I could get someone's opinion. So maybe it was the way I approached it. But I just said like, hey, I would love to accept this extension, but I knew I need to finish school. And I never really asked
Haley's gonna be
anyone
like,
what I
my
should
audio
do.
is so bad. You're
I know,
opening up cans.
But so I talked to them and they were like, that's what casting had told me. They're like, we're always going to be here. So if you know you can come back, they were like, just re-audition. And they even told me I wouldn't have to do a college program, but that would most likely be my easiest way in. And they're like, since you're graduating soon, like just, do it like that. Because I think still now, like as a CP, you can apply even when you're graduating. I think your program just has
You have to be, I think,
like,
up to 2 years. I think
Yeah.
after graduating, which
Yeah.
is which is like
it's kind of cool
enough.
that they do that.
Enough. I don't know if it's still that, but I believe it was 2 years because I remember someone going like, "Yeah, I graduated 2 years ago." I was like, "How are you in the
Which I
college
only-
program?"
I
They're like,
graduated,
"Well, that's how you learn."
Yeah.